Do you think reality show like Kitchen Nightmares is a slice of life?
I mean, I guess it is, but like, can you really call it fiction? What's even the definition of fiction? Let me just look.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Auto Battler in the UK, and admin of the Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Yeah, I almost bit my tongue there. I almost messed up. I almost said like, yeah, welcome to the time game, which is technically not wrong, but also not time appropriate. My goodness. Yeah, how are you, Ayumu?
I'm alright. Tired as usual.
Yeah, because you sound a little bit small.
Huh?
Yeah, you sound a little bit smaller than last week.
Smaller.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a matter of my head that let me try to increase my volume.
No, I think just my mic.
Okay. Yeah, I think now that you are closer, it's a little bit better, but we can fix it in post. Yeah.
I put it in minimum.
Ah.
Like it was too loud. It's actually the sound quality will be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how to say, it's a balance game. I think like mine also is like set on 80%. Because anything beyond that is just doesn't make sense. Like why do you make 100% and it's like not like the normal quality. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, how was like yeah, it has been like a pretty normal week last week, but this week, I mean, like by the time you are listening to this podcast, Indonesia has turned 79 years old. Yay!
Wait. 79 only.
Yeah, we became independent in 1945.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like I learned like after I moved to Germany, like there are some stuff that I learned more about Indonesia, which is nice. That means we are always learning, and sometimes when we are in our own country, there are some stuff that we just don't really pay attention to, and then now that we are like abroad, we see like how some people like see our own country from their perspective, and then oh yeah, so there are some differences. Especially now that I am one of the person that I consider a friend is a Dutch, which we have like a really long history with. Like, and the other fun story is I once like because like in Europe we'll have lots of classes where it's basically you can visit for like one module abroad, and then like one of the students that were visiting our university was from Norwegia, but she is Dutch, and when I mentioned that I am Indonesian, she just laughed it off, and like she said that yeah, my grandparents have treated your grandparents well. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of debatable because like yeah, there are lots of perspective there whether like did the Dutch actually invade. I mean like there's lots of perspective about that, but like in our history books, from our perspective, which the only perspective that matters because we are the one who is being oppressed. No, just kidding. It's just glorifying being a victim. So let's not do that. But yeah, it's like yeah. So this is the prehistoric Indonesia. This is the age of the Hindu and Buddhist kingdom, and then the Islamic kingdoms, and then okay, yeah, very briefly like the British came, the Portuguese came, and then like we just have like a 12 chapters on the Dutch. Great. But yeah, it's a little like usually like when a country like has been well colonized for that long, like usually some of the cultures kind of rub off, right? Like although it's mostly the other way around though. Like it's how like in the UK like you have like lots of Indian foods, and now if you go to the Netherlands you have lots of shops that sells Indonesian food, which frankly speaking it kind of does the job, but it also didn't. It's unique. It's its own thing. Let's leave it at that.
It's like what we call the British Chinese cuisine or something like that.
Exactly.
Actually, I was watching a video yesterday of like these YouTubers, like, so they're from Canada, and then they found like a chef on like an authentic Chinese restaurant, and then had him try out the American Chinese cuisine and like see what he thinks. And then I mean, to be fair, there's nothing much to say about that. I'm just saying, like, wow, what a coincidence. I do like how like the person at the end said that, like, well, still all Chinese cuisine to me, because you know at the end, food is about adaptation, and people came over to America, you know, to the US, to Canada, to make money and you know to cater to like the local customers.
Yeah.
So like flavor might change, ingredients might have changed, but like you know the origin is still Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's like it can be considered authentic Chinese cuisine, something along those lines. I'm just paraphrasing. But there's some good wisdom for sure.
Indeed. I mean, like,
I still hate Chinese food in Britain though.
same. Like the one in Europe is a little bit. I would like I don't think like we hate on it like because it's not Chinese. It's just underwhelming. But it's sometimes it has its own charm. But like especially like if you go to like a Asian country and then you get like their Chinese food, like it's stellar. Like you have this. I mean like. Nasi goreng is basically yang chow fried rice, but like how to say, like it was adapted and then like it's just spreads, and then like every single region in Indonesia has their own style of nasi goreng. So like don't let people like Uncle Roger tell you like, yeah, this is the real nasi goreng. Like every single region has their own nasi goreng. So it's you just go to places and then you just try the nasi goreng. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you go to the next region. You might find one that you like. But yeah, anyway, what's the point there? But yeah, yeah, I think like I really like because like there are some stuff like in the German Chinese food. The one that I don't really like is like if they do like breaded stuff, like the breading is really thick. Like
Okay.
yeah, like it's basically like eating a cake with some meat inside. Like in Indonesian, it's like, yep, it's just breaded enough, so it's going to be industrial, like because like mostly I ate it in like school, so like it's going to be industrial. It's going to be cooked like last night, preserved in the fridge, and then like reheated in an industrial pot, and then like distributed to the school kids when it is already cold again. But gosh, it's good. Like the sweet and sour fried chicken. That's like yeah. Yeah, and then like the other one that I really like is chapchai. So which is basically just a stir fried veggie with that is then well, it's not really coated in sauce, but like it's usually like in a gooey kind of sauce that is taken by cornstarch. That is also pretty nice. And then we have ifumi, which is basically after they like boiled the noodle, they fry it, so it's hard again, and then you just pour like a pour like a piping hot sauce on top of it, and then like it becomes softer, and then like some of them are still crunchy. So it's like it is a fun dish to eat, because like you got to of course it tastes good, but it's also like you get to experience like various different texture there, because like you get some of the noodles that's still crunchy, you get like the center that has more sauce and it's already a little bit soggy, so it's like, oh yeah, this is fun. And then what else? Yeah, and then like the best, yeah, probably the best is like if you go to like the seafood restaurant in Indonesia, and then you get like the the stir-fried water spinach. That one is out of this world. Yeah, water spinach is like one of the cheapest vegetables you can get in Indonesia, and then you go here and it's like for like one really small packet, that's like €5. So it's like one day I was in an Asian store, I look at that, I told myself that this is really expensive, let's not get it. And then I closed my eyes, I inhaled deeply, and I put it in my shopping cart. Yeah, but that was one of the best decisions in my time in Germany, I hope, because it is really I like there is a because like it is unlike like normal spinach, like the stalk is a little bit thicker, but it's hollow, right? So there's like a crunch that you cannot find from like most vegetables. So it's like, oh my god, this is so good. But yeah, yeah, I remember like usually with all foods, like there's always like the fear mongering of like, yeah, if there's parasite inside, right? So like because the stalk of water spinach is basically like empty, it's like hollow, right? Like people are basically like the fear, like the rumor is that, yeah, if you are not careful when you are like cooking your water spinach, like you might have like small snails inside that. Yeah, wild snails unfortunately can carry lots of disease, so that is not good in general.
Oh no.
Yeah. But if you go to like a seafood restaurant and you don't eat the water spinach, stir-fried water spinach, you are doing yourself a disservice. Yeah.
Water spinach is so good.
I know, right?
Sorry, I just stuffed 2 chocolate in my mouth right now.
Ayumu, I can't imagine you bake like a chipmunk, like a squirrel, but like...
Yeah, I literally have one on each side right now.
Nom,
nom, nom, nom, nom, nom.
My goodness. Sorry, I can't get that out of my mind. Speaking of the things that Speaking of the things that I can't get out of my mind, Ayumu. You know that today we got the comeback reveal of the Grand Walker Hera. And yeah, I mean, like,
actually knew that for a long time already.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, she is she is pretty much confirmed, because like in the lore.
Oh no, I mean I have secret sauce myself. So.
Oh, god damn it! Why do you always keep the secret sauce? No, just kidding. But yeah,
because I practically signed an NDA. If I tell it to anyone else, I'm gonna get kicked out of the group. So.
Oh my god. Yeah. Then let's not talk about this anymore. But yeah. Anyway, I was like half awake, right? Like when, yeah, it was around 3 p.m. Not my proudest moment to be awake at like 3 p.m. But yeah, I opened my phone and then like opened Twitter and like, what is this? And then like I saw Hera and then like
who is this?
And especially the Emperor, and then like I was like, oh, I woke, like literally the meme of I woke up, and then like it's literally me. It's just like I saw that and then like, my eyes just lit up and then like all of my drowsiness just went away.
And I feel that the artist is gonna be Shikidoji again.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, I think Jurassic was by Shikidoji, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
So,
yeah. Although she is a little bit more. I mean, like her skin color is a little bit more human. Like what Jealousy Doll, I think like the beauty is like in.
Oh
the,
no, I was talking about the conclusion.
Yeah.
Doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's by Shikidoji, but I'm not sure about Hera.
No. I mean like the new. Yeah, I mean like I'm also talking about DS Doll, because like DS Doll skin color is a little bit closer to human, right? While Jealousy Doll, like the thing that made it beautiful is like it's vaguely not human. Like it is like not fake. It's not even vaguely. It's like it's clearly not human, but it's like there's something eerie in this beauty. Like it really captures
I
that.
get what you mean. Yeah, I feel the same as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
like especially like the kind of the expressionless face.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, it wasn't by Shikidoji. It was by Adachi Yosuke.
Ah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did everyone.
Oh yeah, he actually did everyone in Olim. I feel bad for his liver.
I know.
Well, at least looks like he's enjoying the game, so let's leave it at that.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, have I mentioned how you know how the Banlist came out quite
Oh
a
yeah.
few days ago.
Yep.
And then the artist of Frag Judgment.
Mm-mm.
What was his name? Can't remember his name. The names are
It's everything's kanji.
Kosaka. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Takumi Kosaka. He tweeted that like, oh my god, I finally got my first card on the ban list.
Yeah.
And then Yosuke literally replied to him first time.
That is absolutely no moment. I wish I could have saw that tweet before you told me about it. But then now that you told me about it, I will still look for it. But it's like it's not going to be the same. Like finding those kind of code like yourself. It's really something else.
Oh yeah, it was right under the tweet of the ban list, so that's why I saw it.
Nice.
Yeah. Why do I have so many people messaging me?
Ayumu is famous. So yeah, check out Ayumu BSM winner, guys. that is the famous channel.
But yeah, we will talk about the art when we this.
Oh yeah.
Theodore
Lu.
Actually, where did the word DS come from? I'm sure it's not dies. It means something else.
Yeah. I think like
that.
yeah. I was like, I mean like, does it really come from DS era? which made me also like just realize, like I thought, like because in Saga we have like Sigworm era, right? Like the Void Lord era.
Yeah.
And then I thought like, like it is funny that they just name era after the Japanese word for like being angry, right? Which is to be annoyed, which is HIRAHIRA.
Yeah.
And then like Ire, the DS Ire is also like Days of Wrath. So like, so that made more sense actually.
Yeah, I mean it could have been a double pun, but I don't think so. I think they were just going with the Latin meaning.
Yeah. It's a happy coincidence.
Yeah.
Happy coincidence that the Latin and the Japanese kind of like coincides with each other. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know where DS came from. Let me see. Let me see if like the Japanese wiki has it, because this is not the first time they used the word. You remember the 6-House Sorcerer, DS Wraith?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I remember its existence, but I don't remember like what that guy looks like or what does it do.
Let me send you a photo.
But yeah, speaking of Ira, I also remember like one funny thing, because like this is not an official ban list, by the way. The one that I shown you earlier is actually like the official Japanese ban list. but like this one is not really a Banlist for Saga. It's just they are responding to basically people. Lots of people are commenting on the balance of the game, so they are kind of like, yep, instead of you guys commenting like all over the place, can you guys like give all your feedback in this one post, so we can kind of like compile everything and we can consider if it needs to be addressed, basically. Yeah. And then like for some reason, well, not for some reason, I think it's an honest mistake, but like in Twitter, of course, like the biggest topic in balancing for Saga is Silkworm Era and the Deep Sea Emperor Hydra. So like the Twitter reflected that, so they posted that request for feedback with the picture of Rich Star Dragon Silkworm Era and Deep Sea Emperor Hydra. The Facebook tuh. For some reason, instead of Hydra, they posted the picture of Sea Dragon Lord Phantalomeu, which is like the Phantalom.
I think what they do just they found a random aberration like threw onto there.
Oh my
Phantalomeu
God.
was funny though, because like I've only seen people like use it once
Uh-uh.
at like the beginning of set 4, because like they thought they might see a lot of aggro. After that, they just don't care.
True. But yeah, it's a little bit. It's just funny that it at this timing it got the stray bullets. My goodness.
Too dangerous.
For Phantalomeu. I think like because this is a threat to the this is a threat to the new purple yellow deck, because they basically like took advantage of what yellow and purple does best, and then basically they destroy their own coastal spirits, and then they revive them next turn. Which basically like, well, not really fixes, but like it kind of amplifies what is already good about those two colors, and then like, oh, you can do that. Yeah, so it's basically like and ironically, like I think Phantalomeu, if your opponent like, yeah, I will press a little bit and then you can just pop.
Yeah. It's a really good anti-aggro tool.
True. If you got aggro, that you pop, destroy the copy, destroy the Keribara. No, but no, not the Keribara. Don't destroy the Keribara. That is a little bit sad. So you can destroy the goose, you can destroy the duck, you can destroy that automated gunner thing. But if you can, please don't destroy the Keribara. That will be really sad. Thank you very much. But yeah, speaking of the ban list that actually got official. Yeah, I haven't even tried the Grandstone yet, and it's already got limited to 1. Well, I already. And yeah, the Frag Judgment is a little bit sad because like I'm playing Heaven contract with the Phoenix Princess. So like the Frag Judgment was originally there less to negate opposing nexus and more. So because I wanted something that Phoenix Princess can add one on. So it was like, no, I lost that too. Now I just have to wait until my narrator final game. But that is still sad. Why are you? Why? Why was all good person loses their engine?
Sad
indeed. And then if you realize like even before that, because like Ibo's and Assault contract kind of like took all the support cards that was actually meant for Guts as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, to be fair, they were in the same family, so.
True. So yeah, like I really like when someone made like a meme out of Doraemon where Aibo basically becomes giant, and then he was like, "Yep, all your stuff is mine, and all my stuff is mine. Oh my god, that's a legendary panel.
And then also the meme of Petit Glow and Petit Fennel. Just trying to find Nashipi.
Then what are they trying to do there? Oh yeah.
You sent a meme yourself, didn't you?
Wait, did I?
Yeah, was it not you? Or maybe, no, maybe it was someone
It
else.
was someone else. I would have remembered it clearly if Fennel is involved.
Right. It wasn't you. It was Fisa.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, let's see what this is all about. Still not. Oh yeah.
Dokkan. Hola. Tete koi. Nashimoto.
Of course, they want to beat him up. My goodness. But the Heaven contract is like one of the interesting conclusion, right? They're like, because in the end, like, the deck became prominent, but mostly not because of the cards that were designed for the deck. But I guess that's also show like how strong like the filtering power is compared to like the normal Fennel, which is nice. And then like the biggest moment in my life is when I discovered that Phoenix Spade part of the effect to retain cards to the top of your deck is optional. It's like for the longest time before I realized that, I was like, this deck I see it. Like if you don't get like a win red, like the weasel, like how do you increase your I don't have to retain anything. Yeah.
Wait, what?
The Phoenix Spade, the cost 4 advent.
The possible one. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah. If Petit Fennel's return to the top as option, it's going to be broken. Like it's going to be tier 1 even before we realize everything. Not there. Because I think now it's pretty much still probably going to drop a little bit. I mean, like previously it's kind of like a tier 2 that it's kind of like a bit down deck that if everything goes well, then it just snowballs. Cause like, yeah, you're using a yellow deck against other deck, your opponent can recover life. And if you go to the end game, to the later stage of the game, you can just lock them out of doing anything, and then your opponent will just have to see if they have the out, then they have the out. Oh my god, that reminds me of when I got Dream Bomb. when my mock Genbu got core thefted. My god. I still have the PTSD from that. Like,
it was me who did it to you, then, wasn't it?
Sorry?
I think it was me who used the core fabs.
No, it was during the store championship.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's original. So like at that time, I think like I told you before, but like basically the gist of it is my hand kind of like break really hard. Like the only fabled piece that I have in my hand are like 1 Genbu and 2 more Genbu. And then he has like one of the double symbol ever. And then like we have the one of the Operation Yamato. So if I just kept on ending my turn, he's going to chip away on my life like it's a freaking potato chip. And another spirit. So I just like on a hindsight, I think if I just summon the Genbu and my put lots of cores on it and my turn, I think I could have hold out a little bit better. But I was like, I summoned my Genbu. I drew a second Exhaust Nexus, and then I was like, let's do it. Let's just do this. If I lose, I think this will still be this will still be pretty cool. If I win, it's going to be super cool. So I just ascended into Mock Genbu, and then I ascended Mock Genbu on top of my Mock Genbu. And I played one Exhaust Nexus to clear his board. And then I only have like 2 cores left.
Mm-hmm.
So on hindsight, he's playing Eva, right? So he has like 8 Nexus on his board, and I have 2 lives. And in the end, he has like exactly 2 spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know if his spirits has any when summon effects, but like I probably should have set that down my last Exhaust Nexus, because otherwise I can't play it from my hand anyway. So I think like even if I just took down one spirit, I would have survived, and then like my top deck is Borask. So like could have ended it there, but like yeah. It is always easy to say. It's always easy to say that I could have done better after we lost. So yeah, let's just keep it for next time.
Oh my god, that was me with Pokemon 2 days ago.
Mm-mm.
Like, and it was literally just because I didn't read the card.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like I knew it was the card. So like you remember how Pokemon works, you know? You start the game with 2 active Pokemon. And then I open it and I start doing my own thing. Because like, you know, I just know my deck that well. I just start doing my own thing. And then I was about to activate the ability of the Pokemon in my active zone. And then my opponent said, no, you can't do that. And he just pointed at his Pokemon. I was like, fuck, I didn't see that.
Oh.
and then that lost me the game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I felt it on the spiritual level. So I think like yeah, my friend used to play like those kind of stall decks as well. So it's like, oh my goodness. Well, not really stall, but like it has like, I think like as attack, yeah, like you kind of bring like the cards that negates opposing abilities. So yeah, that was like, oh. Like I was like wondering like why do people want this card, and then I was like, I saw like all the top meta cards, and then like, oh, so that's why. Also I think like because when Indonesia started their own Pokemon TCG, like one of like Tapu Lele GX was still in the was like one of the most sought after card, simply by the virtue that it can search you like one supporter when it comes into play. Yeah, but that was those times. Good old times. Have I told you about the fiasco that raised the price of like the normal paper Tapu Lele GX from like it basically increases tenfold. Cause like the price of the SR, so like the secret rare, like it was actually like tenfold the price of the normal Tapu Lele, right? Not like, so like someone made an auction without ceiling. Oh no, it has a ceiling, but like the ceiling is like basically the lowest price for the SR. And then like someone not reading that just proceeded to like press buy it now. And then he already posted that, so he can't take that back. And then from there, for some reason, people just agreed, yeah, we now need to value Tapu Lele, even the normal one, at this price. It's like, what? You guys can agree to do that? Just increase the price like that?
I mean, yeah, because like, you can't go too low if everyone else is selling that high. Like I think what it meant, it wasn't actually a verbal agreement, but it's more like an unspoken rule. That kind of thing, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like it's yeah, I mean, like it's that's also the thing about auction is like because it's public, right? Like if like for example, like if you sell everything like privately on like DMs and then like even if it's not malicious, sometimes you maybe like know of the old price and then like the one who buys it also like yeah maybe it kind of makes sense and then like they bought it and then like turns out the card has dropped in value. Then it's kind of like a story between the two of you, right? It's like going to be like the buyers going to tell their friends like, oh, this guy just scammed me, although like he might or might not scam him. They might. But yeah. Yeah, we got distracted. Like we got distracted away from the Banlist. I think like every time I wanted to shift my focus back, like the gut break just pushed me out of the frame. So like, oh yeah, we need to talk about the pet. So yeah, I got broken. Yeah. And like gut break has been around for a long time, right? So I think I was a little bit surprised they don't just hammer it.
I mean, you don't really have to hammer it. Like at the end, it's just like a consistency hit. Because like, to be fair, God Break is fine. What's not fine? People like spamming 3 copies of it in a row.
True.
Like I think. I mean, to be fair, it's a combination of reasons. But like the fact that it's like a 0 cost filter can only make it really broken. Yeah. So and then obviously I think that's like the main issue. Like I think destroying Groundwalkers is like secondary issue here. But I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously they wanted to promote Groundwalkers, but like they also know that they also anticipated that Groundwalkers are gonna get destroyed. You know, that's why they added in the revive effect and everything like that. So like I think with God Break, it's just because it's too cheap of a filter, and then have to nerf eyeball somehow as well. So you know.
Yeah, true. And also like it's just too much effects in one card, right? Gives you draw, destroys a Groundwalker if there's any. Even if there's none, it's an anti-mill. It's not too shabby.
Yeah. So like people are actually speculating that like the mill decks might come back more often now. Because God Break is gone.
Yeah. Now you just have to discard one single God Break instead of 3 God Breaks. But yeah. It kind of made sense. I mean, like when I said like I was surprised like God Break doesn't get banned, I was like, yeah, I mean like they are on a frenzy. Like I was just surprised like they don't just do it to like quote unquote appease the people. Because like sometimes it does feel like they're like, oh yeah, like people are angry at Java, so let's limit let's cut Barandal down. But yeah, Barandal is also like it's basically also on the same level of God Break, right? Like it does so much for like just one card. Like even if you just have like a fresh mega deck out of the Javad mega deck, and then all the modification that you make is basically just putting in 3 Balandor inside. I think it's already tournament level enough. I think you can expect to at least win half of your games, I think, realistically. Yeah, the Grandstone. Yeah, the Grandstone. I don't know what to. For the longest time, I want to make the Grandstone work. It finally works, but at what cost?
Yeah, I was actually thinking of buying it, and then glad I didn't.
Yeah, I think you can
I mean,
just borrow
granted,
one. Yeah,
yeah, like you probably have more than 1 copy, don't you?
I have 3. Well, I think I either took the split or like it's just because I really like Vina anyway.
Oh yeah, I should have asked for one. Why did I think you didn't? Why did I think about it? I should have asked for one before you send the mail.
Oh well. I mean like now on hindsight, like I used like the deck that I used to bring her in as like an ISIS, and then I just realized like it's basically like shooting myself in the foot because like it removes the symbol from ISIS as well. Oh my god. Thank goodness I decided to take it out. Like for the longest time, I think I'm cheating my opponents. I just put it down and then like, why does my Grandwalker still have simple? Yeah, and then yeah, Stegoro, I think like it's kind of understandable. I mean like it removes. It's really light. It gives you counter on like early game, destroys the world nexus. Also on the later games, it basically can just wipe out all the reaction play that your opponent might have in store. And also, yeah, anti-bounce in red. Why not? Yeah. What the Fray Judgment did wrong? Nah, just kidding. I kind of understand that. Like, if for some decks that cannot really permanently remove it, then it can be kind of harsh because like if you like fight the Heaven contract with like let's say Athena, you return it to the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'll just throw it with Winlet. You return it to the hand, then I'll just do that again next turn. Like yep, it's not going to end. But I was like kind of wondering like in that case like, well I guess with the smaller spirits you can kind of like use Mark 6 on them. Although with that argument,
yeah,
well,
but
not
not every deck's gonna play Mark 6 or Pharaoh for that matter.
Yeah. But yeah, now that I mentioned that, I think if you are really like hell-bent on just wanting to shut down the Grandwalker Nexus with the Frag Judgment, you can still just summon it and then just summon it normally and then just attack with it. You don't have to advance it. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but like with Mizua, with Professor, is it Professor as a mathematician Pantan? You have to resolve the when summon effect. So it's like, oh. And Holy Sign, yeah, it's Holy Sign. So
yeah, Holy Sign's too harsh of a condition. Like people doing from playing not Kukulkan, Kinisha Hao now. So yeah. Well, maybe when Demeter comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, now the Goldbreak is half gone. Maybe Demeter can come back as it is.
Is it? Is it time?
We can try.
I guess. I mean like whenever I try to bring back my Demeter, like most of the problem is like, yeah, I test it and then like, yeah, this still feels good, and then like the day of the tournament comes and then like I open my hand. Cost 777.
Skill issue.
Is it though? I guess like I mean like with that kind of with that kind of mistake, it basically like boils down to like how you build a deck, right? I mean like I always have like too much utility stuff that I wanted to bring, and then like I think like balancing it is always the challenge, because like for me, because I have small brain, I bring like either too much utility or too much searcher. So like sometimes, okay, so I brought too much utility in the last deck, so I cannot draw anything, and then now I just lost the resource risk and then I died. So let's put in more searcher, and then I search into more searchers and then no one is doing anything other than searching. So like, yeah, I still have 5 hands at the end of the turn, but I can't do it. I'm basically not doing anything different from last turn. I'm just searching and searching and searching and searching. And then I drew my boss, but like my opponents still have like 10 blockers that are untouchable. They have like 12 hands, and then like, okay, great. What do I do now? Their life is still at 5, by the way.
You're using Demeter. You don't care about blockers.
No. I mean like, it's not about the meter specifically. It's about when I build decks in general.
Right.
Yeah. I mean like.
Well, skill issue.
Yeah, skill issue indeed. Yeah, that's why I ask other people to build my decks, because like when it's like when it the times that matters, I just ask someone else who know how I play, and then like, yep, can you build a deck for me? And then like, yep. That's like, if I play with someone else's deck, then I will then have all the dirty thoughts of, yeah, I want to bring this. I'll just have to draw the 4 cards. If it solves my problem, it solves my problem. If it doesn't solve my problem, it doesn't solve my problem. So like, yeah, I'll just have to live with this. But it's like, if I build my deck, it's like, oh, if only I throw that one single copy of deck that I put in against this deck. My goodness.
Let's draw into it. Skill issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm still bitter though that I'm still bitter about the worlds. I'm still bitter with Andromeda. I hate Andromeda now. I hate Andromeda with all my beings. Like, I know Andromeda is not going to be touched, but if they for some reason actually touch Andromeda, like even if they just limit it to 1, I'm going to do like the most underwhelming party there is. But like a party regardless, I'm going to party. Like, I'm going to open a can of like the off-brand cokes or something, and I'll drink it. I'll down the whole can in one go, just to celebrate Andromeda finally getting anything. My goodness. But let's not focus too much on the not happy things, because we have actually happy things happening last week. Because finally I can start building the Aphrodite deck again. Yay. Well, Aphrodite also is getting a revival, so I still need to wait for that, but yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, she is. I like they are like blatantly just telling us to, yeah, put the Peloton Effect inside. You will put the Peloton Effect inside your deck and you will like it.
Well, I mean, now you have a reason to put it in there.
True.
But like before, don't really care. I mean, to be fair, even right now, you're probably not gonna attack with her. Let's be honest. She's more for defensive use. Because like, it means you can use more than 3 times the Iris Field now.
I mean, you already can use it like more than once, but like now you can even use it more times.
Yeah, you can recycle them. And then you can use Andromeda to recycle Pandemos.
Yeah.
So that you can recycle more Iris Field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, she's definitely more for defensive use than actually being an attacker. Because like, I mean, yeah, because there isn't really anything that can stop who was it? Moonwolves. I mean, so I suppose Blizzard War LT will when it comes out. It's cost 5, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that one. But like besides that, there's literally nothing else that can stop Moonwolves. So like she's still like the superior attacker, especially if you also slap in Shield of Ages. Yes, Shield of Ages onto Moonwolves. Then like they kind of use Burst Flame.
True.
I mean, to be fair, if you stack enough cards, if you stack enough Cloverfield, then like you get past the range of best film anyway. But you know, there's that. So yeah, but I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you have both of them already, like, why not? I guess.
Yeah.
Cause like,
it really depends. Because like this one still needs a bit of setup.
Yeah.
And it still can't stop us. Well,
True.
yeah, you need both if you want like a absolute win condition. But yeah. It's a good card. It's a good card. That's for sure.
Oh, it's a very good card. Yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of like expect. I mean, like the only thing that kind of like, well, not really missed the mark, but like kind of what I wanted personally is if we'll discard the magic as a cost, kind of. Cause like, then you would actually be able to reuse the magic, right? Because like now you have Aphrodite, the contractor Aphrodite, being able to take the magic back. So unless you are fighting against like green that can banish your trash, or like blue that can lock your trash, then you can basically just reuse everything. So like, or like if there is like an option to discard that magic, that might be good as well. Oh wait, it's
yeah.
So it discards the magic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one does discard the magic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I because like I just read until the dot, and then like I just read the rest. Like after that effect activates, that card is discarded. Okay, then this card is perfect. I took back every single ounce of disappointment I have in my voice. She is the one that I needed all this time. Now I don't have to wait until someone destroys something to discard my magic with Azalea. I can just discard that with her effect. Thank you very much.
I mean, to be fair, there's also it's like a Moonwolf's field.
Yeah.
That also discard your magic instead of banishing now. So there's that.
Yeah. But then you need Moonwolves. Yeah. But then you need Moonwolves. No, just kidding. You will have Moonwolves in your field, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, Moonwolves is the true avatar of the deck.
Yeah, I think like that's the sad part about like playing Aphrodite. Like, I think like you can like come to different conclusions on how to reach Moonwolves. But in the end, like the conclusion that you want to reach is to get Moonwolves on your field.
Yeah, literally. That's the plan.
Yeah.
For Aphrodite.
I'll drink to that. I will drink to my dead dreams of playing a playable fairy deck without Moonwolves inside. It's a dream that is destined to be to die from the very beginning. So I'll take another sip for that. But yeah, Afro Van Demos. The art is beautiful. The effect is just what I wanted. So I have no complaints. It's also a double symbol, by the way.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is why, like, if we already...
What's the yellow and double symbols?
Yeah. I think, like, it's a...
I mean, to be fair, it's only Aphrodite and Meter.
And maybe Mizuki. Oh, yeah, the Kansaki Mizuki. Kansaki Mizuki, the Aikatsu, the one with the ponytail.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I was just wondering about that types. I don't know.
Yeah, other than that, I don't really think we have one, at least in the recent times. Past 2016. Like before 2016, there might be some, but I played from 2016, so the ones that are like in my memory, the most are the cards that are released after 2016. Yeah. Okay. I'll need to close this, or I will stay keep on staring at her like for the rest of the episode. So let's not do that.
Oh, have you seen Sophia LT?
Oh yeah, Sophia LT. That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind just going blank today.
It happens to the best of us. I opened it and then like I just saw like the Kieran.
Yeah, it's also because I'm multitasking right now. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was trying to find like a loophole for Sophia, but like I failed.
Yeah.
Bandai actually was being really delicate on what they have in yellow. Cause like well, at least there's a way to loop your magic. Because you can burst summon Sophia. Take back either a Fairy Yellow or one of the first yellow promo X, I think. Griffior from the trash to hand, and then use the summon if I summon it, and just take back all the magic cards from the trash to take back all the yellow magic cards from the trash to hand. One of them will be what we call a shining card.
Oh,
8-3. 8-3. Yeah, a shining magic. Yeah, I keep calling it shining card. Yeah, shining magic. Take back one of the magic cards from the trash, in which you take back Revised Draw and use Revised Draw to take back Sophia LT.
Oh my god!
And there's a loop of never-ending yellow magic. It also means you're never gonna lose any life actually, because you're gonna have Gardenia Field, that's for sure. Yeah, you're gonna be playing Gardenia Field, and then like obviously you have Kneel Down if you want, and then but like the ones I'm thinking about was actually Gift for Denial and Overmoon, which is like gaining 2 lives every turn.
Oh no.
You also be using Gift of Denial before you summon Sophia LT with the burst. So you can also take that back every turn.
Oh no.
So like all the magic that you're gonna recycle will include Overmoon, Gift of Denial, probably Kneel Down if you want, and then whatever other yellow magic you use. And then during the late game, probably you're gonna only have to recycle one thing, and that's Reset Sphere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that way, even if your opponent has like even your opponent has some kind of burst lock, usually it's also tied to whether the attacker is still there or not. So like you destroy the attacker, and then now you can open your burst.
Yeah, Reset Sphere, and then just like. Maybe you don't even have to be Kneel Down, because you're probably gonna destroy the attacker anyway. So just end the turn. Actually, is there any? Actually, no. There is. Wait.
There's that one cost magic, right?
There's Zero's Barrier. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Zero's Barrier, and then there's the end your turn worm, end your turn.
It's white though, so you can't. You technically can't recycle. Well, I mean,
you can.
I mean, to be fair, if you spam enough shiny magic, I guess you can. Yeah, but I'm just like thinking about like the shortcut.
Yeah. Then Zero's Barrier is going to be. Yeah, Zero's Barrier is probably.
Oh my god! No, if you can recycle that many magic, you don't even need Kneel Down if you want. Because like well, I mean, to be fair, obviously it depends on what your opponent has. But like what was I going to say? Just do Zero's Barrier and then Finishing Dance. And then you're also gonna slowly gain. Then you're also gonna be slowly gaining 1 life with Overmoon every turn.
My goodness.
This is gonna be such a fun deck. And then obviously Sophia LT is always gonna combine with Iberix LT. Oh, that's another genius card.
Ooh.
Especially giving 2 all color reductions. Yes, please. Yeah, we're theorizing that like you can probably bring back the green yellow deck because we're gonna be using a lot of jammer.
Oh.
Bro, 1 Irex already pushed jammer down to 1 cost.
Holy fuck.
you just have to spam some green nesses behind you, which isn't gonna be hard.
Yeah.
You got Green World, you got like the tree.
Yeah, Agastia.
Agastia, yeah. Which is probably enough.
Yeah, and you'll probably
and you're probably gonna be running what's that guy called?
Which one?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Trio of Life. I guess Trio of Life maybe. I'm thinking about Lavender, but
yeah. Then yeah.
You're gonna have plenty of green symbols. So you can, and then if you have 2 Iberex out, you're literally gonna negate their magic without cost.
My goodness. And they can either...
and then you can recycle them with Valiero. I mean, to be fair, you don't even have to. Just play a free copy of Shining Magic or something like that, I guess.
Isn't Valiero limited though?
Limited to 1, yeah. But like it returns green magic. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. But no, just play Shining Magic, and then you can just like return all the yellow magic, and then you can return whatever you want, including Time Rip. Well, thinking about that, you're probably gonna be playing Mikava in this deck as well.
Yeah. Finally.
I mean, technically, you don't have to, but I guess you can, yeah.
But I want to. my brain says no, but my heart says yes.
Yeah, and it's literally gonna be a magic control deck. Like you don't even need any removals. Just like play something that add counters. Like I don't know, Epifanio. Literally the best yellow contract. Because like you can still add counters even when she's in soul stage, which is crazy. And you can stack your deck top and everything like that, which is crazy.
Indeed.
And so just survive for like 2 to 4 turns, and your recess sphere is online.
Yeah, and then you also get access to Winred, which is the more you think about it, that card is like it's not broken, but it's like It's like
I mean to be fair, you don't really want to use recess sphere that early because you're going to be stacking on those green necessities. It's more like an emergency button. But like you can definitely make a magic control with this Sophia LT and Iberix LT.
Yeah, can we bring
go ahead.
Can we bring Forbid Vulture into the equation?
You don't need to, because it's I suppose you can.
Yeah, I guess then, because like with Forbid Vulture,
the problem is just
oh yeah. No, go on.
I'm just thinking how you can recycle. The cards, because like the problem was that I was trying so hard to find something, to find like a magic that can recycle spirit card. I mean, technically you have a fight for like technically it's workable. Like especially if you have Mikasa at level 2, then like everything is workable. But if you mean just like directly recycling, unfortunately, just no yellow magic that can recycle any spirit cards. Except for Symphonic Burst, which you have to activate from the burst, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, and that is also like kind of limited on what you can return as well.
Yeah, cost 5 less, isn't it? Yeah, now that let me check if there's any brave cards. If there's any magic cards that can return brave cards. I mean, there's Brave Cemetery, but it's purple. So Griffior and Faliello is not going to be able to recycle that.
Yeah, that's the closest thing that I have in my fresh memory that can recycle Brave is your favorite card. The Racing Trickster.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But like, unfortunately, she's not an angel or an
Not
imaginary beast. Yeah, or fable beast, whatever you call it. But yeah.
One of those. One of the special members.
Yeah, I still easily get mixed up with a Star Dragon and Astral Dragon from time to time.
Which makes it even more confusing now that when they created like a magic for Astral Dragon, they just call it a Star Dragon draw. God damn it, Pandey.
Well, is it in katakana actually? I actually never knew.
Yeah, I pretty much sure it's in katakana. Wait,
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Lam Mao.
Yeah, that's also
Okay,
that's also like the fun part, right?
Go ahead, yeah.
I guess Advent is like the word that you guys like as a community like decided, okay, we are going to translate Korean as Advent, right? Which makes really, a lot of sense. But like for some reason the translator that they paid translated it as Radiant Descent, and then they just stuck with it every time they needed to bring back Korean. They would just say they just use the word Radiant Descent, and then they made
I hate that word so much.
And then they made this, and then right after that, they made this card called Advent Draw.
Yeah, like why? Like I think what's even worse is that like the English translation only came like after the Athens era was done.
Well, actually no. It is like when the Advent
it was during. It was during. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't make things any better. It's like, yeah, as you said, there's a card called Athens. Why?
Yeah, it's like.
Why do you have to do it this way?
Yeah.
Okay, like which translation company did you hire this time?
Indeed. I know, right?
Next they're gonna tell me that like the translation company is from like what?
I mean, it's...
I'm not even gonna say anything in case someone call me racist, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like given the connection that they have to like the English speaking world, it's probably going to be either from Singapore or Hong Kong. Like, that's it even racist. Kind of like speculate that it's going to be from one of those countries.
I was going to just mutter out a random third world country, but I'm not going to do that.
Nah, yeah, that one you shouldn't do.
Yeah, but like with Saga, they hired a Swiss company.
Oh, a Swiss company.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
like why Swiss?
I know, right? Like if they want to cut costs.
How hard it is to find a native translation team?
I know, right? I think it will be even much better if they just hired people from India.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, I don't know how good the English are for the Swiss people, but so I don't know. But I think what I wanted to say is that you literally have a headquarters in America. How hard is it to find an American translation team?
I know, right? Like even if I mean, like it's their company, so they will probably want to cut costs, but like Swiss, seriously, one of the most expensive country on the world, and you just a company from there to cut costs.
Oh yeah, true. What? Like, okay, like the more we discuss, the more I'm firmly believe that it's not even a real translation team. It's probably like just like a group of people doing translation as a side job. So that's why the cost can be that low.
Probably.
Because they're just doing it as a side job. And it's like, whatever. It's a random card game that no one's gonna play.
God damn it, Swiss people. They are already too full on raclets that they cannot process anything. Or do you want more reasons to be angry, Ayumu?
What?
You know what they so for Kigen, which you guys translate as primal, the quote unquote official translation is origin, right?
Yeah.
You know what is the title? What is the title for the BS69?
What?
Invasion of the Origins. Stay strong, Ayumu.
I don't know. I still remember this one time. Like, but this one I can't blame Bandai because but when they first released Kaiho as a keyword, when they actually still had official translation, official English translation, they always translate it as release. So like naturally we translate them as release on Wiki.
Yep.
And then they release
as a new keyword
for Grandstone Narcissus. Yeah. And then we had to go back to like 80 plus pages of cards with release as a keyword. And then we collectively decided to call it Unleash. Which is actually, I don't know, it sounds inferior, but whatever.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to that time. 44 Grand Radiant Saga Volume 1 Grand Walker's Heartbeat. Whole new series Grand Radiant's Descent Saga begins. Brand new Grand Walker Nexus rises to bring greater excitement to the battles.
Official translation. Disgusting. Oh yeah, like the way they translate Grand bothers me so much as well. Like I don't know if they're trying to make it special or anything like that. Why do you have to miss out the D? Fuck's sake, man.
I don't know. I like it.
I don't like it. Jesus Christ. Well, I suppose they just can't take the D.
Oh.
And then actually talking about that, there's actually like this really interesting discussion about Grand Falls. Well, you guys call it Grand Falls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we call it Grand Forces because we actually had a reason for that. Because if it's force, they will translate as force instead of force. So that's why we thought it's gonna be something else. And so that we came out with the relation to the word metamorphosis. So that's why we call it Grand Forces.
Which if you watch the tokusatsu, there is like one female tokusatsu character that when she transforms, because her whole theme is like a butterfly, so she's kind of like counterpart to Kamen Rider, which is based on Grasshopper. So she's supposed to be based on like Ladybug, I think. So when she transforms, instead of henshin, she uses the word metamorphose. So you guys are actually on point with that.
Yeah, like thank you, our previous wiki admin. He's actually quite a genius. He had a he has a really bad mouth, but like except for that, he's a nice person.
It happens. Everybody has their flaws.
Oh yeah, he has no filters. I tell you that.
Yeah, it's kind of I mean, like when it comes to words, it's always like hard to find like where does the honesty stop and when does the politeness stops and being obscure starts.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel that he enjoys being mean most of the time as well. So.
Oh, okay. Then. Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm more surprised that like he was willing to look through my absurd writings back in the days. Like I first met him on Discord. I mean, to be fair, technically I first met him on Wiki. But when I also met him on Discord, I didn't know he was the same person. And then I think it's because I was mentioning in like the server that like I'm doing some writing, I'm doing some fan fiction, and then he's generally really interested in like reading other people's work. Yeah, because like I can't remember if he likes writing or like he likes reading, like either one of them. And then he started reading my work. And then like I tell you, basically every time he talks to me, you can compile it into one comment. It's shit.
Okay.
I mean, he did give very constructive criticisms. Like I really appreciated that. Like, but like basically every time he talks to me about my work, basically what he meant was it's shit.
the one time is not direct.
But yeah, well, it was thanks to him that like there are like some things that like I can pick on quite a lot more often, and like just kind of makes me think about like my own work whenever I try writing, like especially the thought of is it too generic? Because like obviously, especially when you're writing a fan fiction, like it's you're like let's say it this way, like when you want to write, most of the time is because you really admire someone's work and like you kind of want to copy them, and because you're copying something, you're not gonna question the elements in the story, and you're just gonna kind of move it over one to one. And that's exactly what I did. I was now that I realize, I actually really like isekai stories from like for a really long time. But yeah, I was basically trying to write a reverse isekai story about Noah Fleur coming to the human world. What was the name? I mean, you can actually still look it up online right now. I never removed the story, but like it was so bad I didn't continue it. But I don't mind if you guys are gonna use it to laugh at me or something like that. Like now that I read it back, I was like, oh my god, this shit is hilarious. Why did I even write this? But yeah, it's called Noah from Another World. But like basically what happens is Noah got transferred to the human world. And then like somehow I remember this part very much, but basically what was it? Yeah, so basically I make something along the lines of like, because I thought that like it's a pain to describe the characters when they can't communicate with each other. But like obviously right now, as like more experienced people, I think you will think about this way as well. Just like two characters who can't communicate with each other, interacting with each other, that's actually interesting. I would think this now, but at that time, obviously, I was like, my first was like, this is so annoying. You know, I'm just gonna make them speak the same language.
Oh, well.
But they're like, you know, explaining why.
Mm-mm.
And so like this whole thing just like, oh, it's a coincidence that like these people from another world can like speak the same language as well. Which ironically, if you think about it, is what most isekai stories are doing right now.
Oh no.
And then like you know, the ex-admin, he read it and it's like, so why can't they speak the same language? And then I literally tell him, it's just a coincidence. And then it's like, wow, there's so many coincidences in this world, isn't there? and I mean, he kind of threw me that line, but then like he did tell me, you know, it's much better to give everything a reason, you know, to make everything sound more convincing and stuff like that. So like, you know, he did help me quite a lot about that. And then actually, I might as well say like what's supposed to happen in the story, but like the most basic storyline, I say it this way because like I was a freaking idiot, and then like I basically wrote this whole thing without planning anything. So like so like there's always this problem which I don't know if other writers will encounter, is that like there's nothing to write in between. Like you got the start and the end, but you don't know what to fit in the middle. Oh, so yeah. I just threw in a lot of random stuff in the middle that like is completely ridiculous. But basically I'm trying to remember because it's been a while. It was before my university time, so like it was way before 2019. And now that I think about it, I'm surprised my English tutor managed to read all those shits. Without, I mean, granted, I only gave him like the first 2 chapters, so it wasn't too bad. Like you expect that much from like a 16 years old. So, well, yeah, kudos to him for like surviving through that. But like, right, okay, so Noah came to the human world, and then she encountered a human child. I say child, but you know, it's a typical, like, supposed to be 15, 16 years old who can just like go out and buy some snack and stuff like that. But I can't remember his name already. I'm just gonna call him Adam. Why not? So Noah start living with Adam because, you know, she doesn't know about the world. She doesn't know how to go back to her own world. And then through her stay, she discovered the other spirits, you know, who came to her world, who came to their world, and then you know, just like kind of mingling with like the local community of spirits. You know, it's like how the Chinese move to another country and you discover there's a Chinatown there. It's like basically the same concept. Obviously, there's some like havoc going on. Oh, actually, you know, I think the best comparison you can do is like the Death was a part-timer.
Oh,
it's like it's something like that, basically, yeah. And then, but I think so. There's one curious thing is that somehow in Adam's home, so somehow in Adam's home there were lots of items that Noah found peculiarly interesting, including like things which Noah would have liked as well, and then like a kind of like a costume similar to what she wore as a diva, you know, in the spirit world, like a microphone, everything like that.
True.
And then also Adam has mentioned a lot of times that like she actually looked very similar to his missing sister, his missing older sister.
Oh.
And then like at the end, I can't remember like the exact things. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't a plan anyway. but like I was trying something along the line of like, so like well, interestingly, I decided to make Trickster the main villain actually.
Oh.
And then she would try to conquer the human world. Because like that way she can generate some sort of energy to bring Lolo back. Just because she loves him so much, but you know Lolo disappeared after saving the spirit world.
Yeah.
And then like for whatever reason, I can't remember. For whatever reason, at the end, Noah would get sent back in time, and that was just about the time Adam was born and got left in the orphanage. So Noah, who got sent back in time, decided to just adopt Adam and take care of him until the time when she knew that her other self would come to this world. So she just went disappearing without telling Adam. Yeah. So like something like that. It was something along those lines. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like to be fair, if you think about it, I think it can create a pretty nice story, but like unfortunately, I didn't have enough brain cells to write that good. I mean, to be fair, I can try again, but I already have like 2 other projects going on. I should get to writing, but like yeah, recently, you know, just finished a new video today, and then
Yay.
and yeah, probably will be out by the time this podcast is up.
Hopefully.
And then and then I need to try out the OBS systems. And then after that, I'll probably go back to writing.
All right.
Fuck job searching.
Nice. Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna be that one girl in VTuber Legend. You know, the one who likes to be a baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like it just like reacts to everything related to job searching.
No. That's the thing. I'm already that guy. The moment you mentioned job searching, I was like, I already did that for today. I don't want to talk about that again this time.
we all gonna be Kylie Yamatani.
I know, right?
No, not job searching. I just wanna be a baby.
I know, right? Like I think like the author is like, no, this all the characters are too fantasy. So I need to add someone who the readers can self-insert themselves into. My God, Kei Morimoto.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm not giving myself excuses, but like to be fair, you know, we can technically get away with like just like not doing proper jobs and like you know, because like you know, to be fair, if we're smart enough, there are many ways to earn money. But like yeah, I'm not smart enough, so like probably need to find a job either way.
Yeah. For my case, it's mostly to do with my visa. Like if I can like make money without having a job, I don't have anything against that. But like with my current situation, if I don't have like a job on paper, then I cannot extend my visa, cannot stay in Germany. Which the more that I think about it, the more I talk with my friends back home. I was like, yeah, why? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I really love living in Germany. Generally speaking, the quality of life here is much better if you're living alone. Yeah, I think like in Indonesia, in Asia in general, your quality of life is like really depending on how much people you can surround yourself with. Like if you live with your parents or close to your family, then living is really nice because you can share everything. Most of the stuff really scales well. So like if you buy in bulk, everything is going to be much cheaper. But like if you live alone, it's kind of miserable because now you can't really justify buying too much. If you wanted to have your own fridge, then it's like in Indonesia, it's going to significantly cost more than if you don't run a fridge. And yeah, so but other than that, like generally speaking, if I were to not be able to get a job in Germany, if I go back to Indonesia, then it's not the it's literally not the end of the world. But it's like sometimes I think I needed to distance myself a little bit because like getting a job here is going to be much better. But if I cannot manage to do that, then that's also fine. I mean, like if I'm talking about like meeting friends, then it's not like we meet like every week or anything anyway. If I go back to Indonesia and I make enough money, maybe once a year or twice a year, once every 2 years, we can still meet each other in person. So it's like not a problem, right? Yeah. But yeah, I will.
We cry.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean like yeah, but like generally also like yeah, because like in Indonesia you're kind of like how to say, you're kind of like dependent on like the single use transport, but like the like one like the personal transport like taxi and stuff. I mean like we have motorcycle taxi, like you legally cannot bring more than one passenger in that thing anyway. So yeah, it's just much easier to be here, and then whenever you want to go, you can just take a bus, you can take a tram, and you can just go to wherever you want to go, which is actually really nice. But it's not something that we have back there because like God forbid you use the MRT in Jakarta. It's well, the MRT train in Jakarta, it's really nice, but like the MRT bus, yeah, that one is a you think Deutsche Bahn is bad? that is like basically like Deutsche Bahn now. But Deutsche Bahn now, then let's say Deutsche Bahn is going to progressively get worse. But like let's say the point in which Deutsche Bahn is now is like the Jakarta bus like 7 years ago. So like now I don't know. I mean like I haven't taken it like since then. And some people actually like kind of like thinks it's okay. They went to work with it. They probably just adapted and how to say like just go out earlier. That you know I generally just woke up stay up really late, woke up really late. So like that doesn't work for me. So I ended up just using the motorcycle taxi in the end, and it costs a lot. And yeah, there's also another me problem because my parents' house is like inside like a complex. It's like a housing complex, so like if you wanted to get a public transport, you need to walk like at least 10 to 15 minutes in constant scorching heat. Because it's Surabaya, it's also a coastal city, so it's really it's extremely humid. So God forbid you go out in that weather, and it's not going to go away because we have a summer all year. So yeah. But once you get into any building in Indonesia, it's really nice. Everything is air conditioned. So yeah, which perpetuates the problem of the country being the temperature of the country being relatively high. Good old days. My goodness, when did we go wrong? Yeah, I was kind of impressed on what you were able to come up when you were 15. I think like when I was 15, also I think my mindset was less into like writing a novel and more into like making a story for a game. Like the story that I was working on at that time was also quite simple, but I basically had the same problem. So I kind of know how to end it. I kind of like had a pretty clear picture of the end game. but the build up, but the build up to the build up to also not helping. That I think like the most of the games that I played at that time are like the atelier games that they are like trying to move from like the linear RPG where it's like just story, you move through a dungeon, story, move through a dungeon, story, move through a dungeon, story, which is like it is like a really simple system, but it kind of works for the longest time. And then they kind of like shifted to like this system where you basically has like a, let's say you have like a calendar of like 7 days, for example. Like the story will be executed exactly on day 1 and day 7, and then you can basically do whatever you want in day 2 to day 6. Anything that happens between those would not have impact on the greater story, and you can kind of just do whatever. But you kind of have to prepare for the day 7 because the day 7 will have some kind of battle that you kind of need to level up for. Not necessarily grind, just level up. But yeah, that's kind of like even now I think like one of the story that I am working on is kind of like still kind of inspired by that era. But that doesn't change the problem that I kind of wanted the reward that I can't be bothered to build up the payoff. Go through the build up. Although yeah, I mean like just like what you mentioned, like now I already know what is my problem, so I kind of like, okay, so I already know where I want to go. Now I just picture what is the incremental goal to reach this. I mean like in the end I think it's going to be a really simple story, and that is fine. I think like one of the goals that I want to reach now is just to finish something, anything. No matter how shitty it is. Yeah. No matter how shitty it is. It's just sometimes we needed to just finish something shitty because we needed that acknowledgement from ourselves that we can make something.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Like the novel from Underworld one that I just mentioned, I actually never finished it.
Yeah.
Like it got to like, well, I call it like chapter 21 or something like that, but like probably like each chapter was on like 2 pages or something, probably, if I remember correctly. So no, it wasn't even that long. But yeah, I didn't finish it just because like I got it so derailed that it's impossible to even find a logical way to finish it.
Or else,
I just looked it up. Yeah,
or else it's going to end up like American novels.
American novels. What?
No, just kidding. I mean, like it's just a personal preference, right? Like with Japanese stories, I think like no matter like whether the ending is good or bad, like they give you some sort of conclusion. There's some definitive thing that is happening, and then what happens to the rest of the story, what happens to the rest of the world, you can kind of like imagine yourself. But like there is at least to what is important in the story, whether it's the main character or like the in like some people surrounding the main character, like they usually like have a definitive answer for that. But like American novel, I think like what my dad tried to not really argue, but like his perspective on it is like they want you to kind of like be able to have like a room to imagine how the story ends according to you, and you have your own unique experience. So they kind of like, they don't, even when it ends, they really have like, okay, they just make like a definitive, okay, so the story is ending here. But there are lots of they tied up all the loose ends, but they don't really give like a definitive event that is what is happening. So, for example, the one that I still kind of like have a gripe for, it's like I think like one of my favorite author, Pearl S. Buck. She's American if I'm not wrong, but like she was raised in China,
Okay.
So like lots of her works is about like post, like I mean like it is between the last like China like in around 1900 like in the 1800s to 1900s. So like between like when the turmoils and the Western influences started to pour in kind of era. So like one of her strongest works is a trilogy called The Good Earth. So of course it's like and then like it's each book basically like tells the story of like each generation, like each generation, like I think like by the end of the third book they already by the third book like the main characters already has like a really Western way of thinking. But like basically like by the end of the first book, by the end of the first book, like they just tell that, oh yeah, so now here is what happens to the now the main character is getting older, and he died, but like there's the so this is what the main what the first son is doing, what the second son is doing, what the third son is doing, and then ends pretty much. But yeah, I mean like it feels like when I was, because like I was always looking for like a definitive event on the at the end of the story, so it made me feel a little bit empty. But it is what it is. I think The Good Earth is kind of not a problem because it's a trilogy. It really becomes a problem when I finish the third book, really. Because then you can kind of have like the second prologue of the second book to be like the definitive ending for the book one, right? And then like I think the other one is like The Devil Never Sleeps, which tells a story about like a missionary from some North European country. I forgot which country exactly. But he was a missionary during the time of the first cultural revolution. So of course, the Chinese government was really not happy about them spreading the word about Jesus. Of course. So basically, the story pretty much ends with them kind of like trying to escape the country.
Okay.
But like the part where they kind of like cut them off is like basically one of the quote unquote antagonists. He kind of like tried to redeem himself by helping this group escapes. But like of course he's just one soldier against like the whole army, right? So of course they got chased. So he was like, yep, I will sacrifice myself. Because like I will sacrifice myself. So he just try to become a bait while they hide in the forest so that they can look for help in the next city. And then the story basically ends with like the other characters is of course very worried about the soldiers to sacrifice himself, but like the priest he was just looking at his watch and then like he closed it and then yep, we will wait for 1 hour, and then the story just ends.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the point is like there is an ending, but like there are some room that they kind of like make so that okay, so like what actually happens after this? What is your headcanon? Like maybe the soldier magically escapes by some Deus Ex Machina, because it's a novel anyway.
Yeah, to be fair, personally, I do like ambitious endings like that. Like it makes you think. I don't know, and it's like feels more philosophical to end it that way.
Yeah, I think like it's kind of fair with novel, because like novel you can have like a fixed amount of time to kind of like read it. I mean like you have like an expectation of how long you will be reading it. But like I think if a light novel ends like that, I will be angry.
Well, yeah. If it's a light novel, yeah, it's as you know, it still depends on what kind of light novel it is, cause like I think in general, like this kind of ending doesn't suit light novel. It's just because, actually, no, this ending is probably the best for light novels. Not gonna lie. But like, I think it doesn't work most of the time. It's because it's how do I explain this? It's because you're watching a journey. Like, it's like here's the funny thing, because like especially like the isekai genre, like they are very ambiguous in like what's going to happen. Like, for example, if you read Mushoku Tensei, like wow, like literally, like I need to keep reading the book, but like at least in the anime, like, you know, I watch like the episodes, like I cannot expect what's going to happen because it's literally just a story about like a life of a character, and obviously with this kind of stories, you want a proper ending, like you know, you want to know what, like, how maybe like how much the character has grew, or maybe like to kind of like to what degree has his life become successful, if that makes sense. It's like that's kind of like how like most of the like isekai light novels trying to bait you in here, like you know you got all those like a reincarnated as a sword, a reincarnated as a fucking vending machine, or like you even have like the most generic ones, the most generic titles, like you know, level 2 cheat skills, you know. like I'm sorry, I like, even if I like them, I do shit on them because they're generic as fuck. But like, you know, like you read the title, like you don't really expect anything great from them, but you're interested because you know you kind of want to know how the life works, and because of that, there isn't a definite direction on how the story would go, which is like obviously different to like, I guess you can call it, I would describe them as like about quote unquote proper novels. Because like they already ended in one book or anything like that, so they have a really solid plot line. But like light novels don't. So it's really what you call cash grabbers for the authors. You know you keep writing. They just keep writing because they can earn money. For some of them at least. Like, I'm not saying everyone is like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but like it's also exactly because of that. It's actually the best for them to have like ambiguous endings, just because you know they never had an ending in the first place. Like what I mean, I suppose if you want to, you can just like write up to the character just die in old age or something like that. I mean, I guess that works, but like that's gonna be a lot of efforts. And like to be fair, now that you mention it, like especially with all the recent light novels that they've been releasing, has any of them actually ended yet? I mean, Mushoku Tensei did, but I heard that that's technically the ending of one character. Yeah, because like the whole Mushoku Tensei series is actually a prologue or something bigger. It's like I was like, what? It's just a prologue, and you have 26 books on one single character who got, spoiler alert, 3 wives. Wow.
My God.
It's like yeah, like that's why I'm really tempted to continue Mushoku. I just wanna see like how far this author is gonna get through. But like you know, like yeah, thinking about the other like that's the one reason why I'm not really interested in following like novel. It's just like they just seems never ending. It just seems endless. Like, when are you going to end? Like Sword Art Online, for example, it should have been ended like years ago. Somehow it's still continuing. Like, oh my god! Like this is some like if you follow Sword Art Online, you like think, yeah, this is like kind of like reasonable development. But if I just tell you right now what happened, you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
I know, right?
But basically they ended at the part where Kirito had like a common brain trauma or whatever because it got attacked. And then the funniest thing is that like the way to save his consciousness was to put him in like virtual world or even more like alternative reality, which like the whole arc is called alicization. Like, you know, like anime fans will have heard of that.
Yep.
And then the best I like actually the concept is really interesting. I'll give them that. Like I think the author of Sword Art Online is improving like when he writes. But like the twist is that in this world time works differently. So it's something like 1 minute in the real world is like 10 years in their world or something like that. And like that's so that the real people can monitor Kirito's activity more efficiently, while Kirito wouldn't feel like living forever. Actually, no, what I mean is like it wouldn't feel like he got interrupted, you know, halfway through when he's like ready to wake up or something like that. I guess that's the case. I actually don't know if the book has explained, but like anyway, a lot of things happened.
Yep.
Somehow the NPCs in the virtual world has gained their own consciousness. It's like AI gaining consciousness basically, and that's why a lot of things happened. Like this whole arc happened, and then finally Kirito woke up. He left the world, but obviously he didn't forget about the NPCs in there. The NPCs didn't forget about him either. Actually, one of the NPCs even came to the real world and started living with them, which is Alice. Hence the whole arc calling Alicization. Well, I think the funniest part was that like again, because time worked differently. So for Kirito, which has only been like half a year, 1 year, I can't remember. It's like, you know, it's like hundreds of years in this virtual world. And then like they literally ended on the part. I don't think they wrote a new book yet because like they just went back to like the beginning of the series and then like just like fill in the gaps and everything like that. Which they call the series progression right now, like Sword Art Online progression. Yeah. But like basically, they ended the part where they rejoined the virtual world, and then they were in space fighting a Cthulhu-like monster with spaceships and everything like that.
Yep, that's
and then the anime ended there. I was like, what? I mean, literally everyone's like, what? What just fucking happened?
Yep, that checks out. That sounds like SAO, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I suppose those who didn't watch SAO wouldn't understand the contrast, but basically, before that, when this virtual world just began, it's basically a medieval world. So like basically the world went from medieval and then to sci-fi with space monsters and rocket ships and like people literally just flying in space in their own suits. It was like, like oh my god, like honestly, I don't care about progression now. Like please continue writing. I need to know what happened.
But yeah, I think I get your point. I think like it's I mean like keeping it open is always like a nice way to end a volume. So it's more like if the series has been so long running and then like let's say at book 25 or book 32 they decided okay, so the series is going to be ending in this book, and then like they don't at least like describe what is going to happen to the characters, I'll be like, oh, why are you doing this? You're going to milk this again, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
sorry.
I mean, like, it's kind of like Naruto, right? Like, I mean, like,
I never watched Naruto,
okay, so like the point is like before like they announced like the sequel and everything, like I guess at that point the sequel's already there.
Boruto, yeah.
Yeah, but like at least they kind of like included, okay, so he got married to this girl, this guy married to this guy, and then okay, so now the life goes on with this. So everything that is related to the growth of the character has been close. So everything that happens beyond this is like completely new events, basically.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, to be fair, Naruto makes sense. Like, I mean, I haven't watched the series, but I know roughly what it's about just because my bestie loves Naruto.
Same.
Like, you know, like Naruto makes sense because like the whole theme of the series is how Naruto become like a really good ninja, basically.
Yeah.
So you know, the Hokage or whatever, isn't it? Yeah. So like the story ends at when he successfully become a Hokage with a successful life.
Yes.
That makes sense. And it, you know, it was clear from the start. You know, that the whole story is that here is a boy called Naruto. Can he become the best ninja? Stay tuned. Then like you know, so like you watch it. And, okay, so this is what it's about. But like what I mean when stories are now ambiguous, you know, it's like, you know, again back to the isekai song. Right? Like, I'm not sure about like so far like the fantasy, like the isekai genre or maybe like the fantasy series in general is like probably like the most ambiguous genre in like Japanese like novels right now. Like literally every one of them starts with, here's a guy. We're going to throw him in another world, and now he's going to do stuff. So what stuff is going to do? I don't know. A lot of stuff. and like that's literally it. Like the point is that you don't even know where this is going. And this is like why I don't, this is one of the reasons why I don't like them. I mean, you could argue like, you know, it's supposed to be slice of life and anything like that. But like, yeah, but slice of life still has a direction. You know, Konosuba would probably be like the best example, but I actually haven't watched Konosuba, so I wouldn't really know. I can't compare to it. I only watched like the first season, and I thought like it's not for me. So
because the other ones you can kind of like know what is going to happen. They're going to meet some monsters. They're going to register in the adventurer's guild. They're going to meet the girl, and then they're going to make Japanese food, and then everybody will throw their mouth at the Japanese food because like they never. They said MSG apparently.
I thought that's the story of slime.
That's basically every isekai Ayumu.
Yeah, I mean, true, but like, I think it's actually more apparent in slime actually because the Limulu is actually very dedicated to bring over well, not just the Japanese culture, but like the culture from Earth anyway. But like obviously he's Japanese, so like and the author is Japanese, so like you know they're best at making Japanese culture. So yeah, like slime is very interesting. But like when I read other novels, actually now that I think about it, like because like you mentioned ending, like ambiguous ending, I was thinking like, what kind of ending do I like the most? And I realized for sure, I actually don't like happy endings. I'm a sad person. I don't like happy endings.
I see.
Because like, I suppose it's because it feels predictable. Like it's not that I hate them. Like I mean, suppose it still depends on like what the story is about. Like if it's like a romance story, then like. Sure, they're happily ever after. That's a good thing. But first of all, I actually don't read romance stories.
Same.
So that's a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
But when I do, usually they die at the end.
Oh. But yeah, I also can't. I tried to read the slice of life novel once, and then like, this sucks.
Yeah. Because I actually, now that I think about it, like, I really want to talk about it. So like, okay, this is all gonna be spoiler territory, so be careful. I mean, if you're on YouTube, I think Theo can probably put a timestamp, but
yeah,
I'm stuck in it.
If you found the timestamp, just comment below and I will edit.
I stuck in the hiccups. What the hell? But yeah, so the first book I follow is Circe. I think I mentioned quite a little bit in this podcast quite a lot of time because it's literally one of my favorite books. So Circe is by Madeline Miller, and basically it's a reconstruction of the Odyssey, which is like a really for the uneducated listeners, it's a very famous Greek epic. Epic. Well, to keep it short, it just means a really long poem. And when I mean really long, I mean like 20-something chapters or poems. And then, so the Odyssey is about a guy called Odysseus who traveled out, got a shipwreck, and then he tries to go home, but like the gods just keep stopping him from going home. Eventually he did, but like it was a very, very rough journey. And basically this actually became a story formula later on, which I will talk about more later. But among one of them was a nymph called Circe, who has temporarily become Odysseus' wife for a while when Odysseus got washed up to her island. And then so like the author, Miller, decided that like she felt bad for Circe, and then because like basically she fell in love with Odysseus, and then Odysseus said, "I'm sorry, but like I still have my first wife at home with my family. I have to go back home now." And then Circe like just like very understandably let him go. So like, everything was very sad. So like she basically just like reimagined the whole story, but from Circe's point of view. Obviously, like so and then like so it's basically like a biography of Circe, if that makes sense. And like and I love it so much, and like especially like the ending, because like I can't remember the exact things right now. Like I have really bad memory. But like Circe basically fell in love with another human. I think you guys can go read yourself, you're interested. But basically at the end, she decided to stay with the human. So she drank the poison that would make her become mortal. And I just found it really beautiful. Like she didn't actually die, but like at that point you know that she's going to die because she became a human from like a goddess and became a human. And like just like a very sad but also beautiful thing. And then like that part literally made me love the whole book. Like just like that part alone. I mean all of course like the whole story was interesting, but like that part alone just like made me love the book. And then there's another book, a Canadian novel. I mentioned it before, which is called They Both Die at the End.
Oh yeah.
Which actually turns out, I mean, to be fair, it's about two people. So I suppose like you can't expect romance to pop up somewhere anyway. But like it's actually about a homosexual relationship between two guys. And the story was basically about a world where like a fictional Earth where people would actually know their death 24 hours prior. And then like they would have a system where these about to die people, like they're basically like a dating app for these people who are going to die, and like they wanted to find someone to just spend the last 24 hours together. And so and then of course in this kind of settings, like you can never escape death. Like it's basically a story of fatalism. Like they're going to die 24 hours later, they will die. They just don't know how they will die or where they will die, stuff like that. And then so one of them die first. Like at the end they fell in love with each other, and then like one of them died first. And then like literally the novel, like because like the novel was written in first person perspective, switching between characters. But like we're mainly following the two protagonists. So one protagonist died, So we go to the other protagonist, and then like the story just literally just abruptly end when he got hit by a car.
Oh.
And like and then but I don't know. I just found these endings like kind of really unique, I guess. Because like it's not because like if I had to describe it in music way, it's like how like during the 80s and 90s the music ends. The music doesn't technically end. You just got the guy repeating the same sentence, and then the voice kind of fade away. That kind of thing. It makes it feels very gentle.
Yeah.
It's like very, very soft. It's like it's a very rounded end, I guess you can call it that way. But then I mean, obviously I like that kind of music, but I also like music where it just gives you the surprise, like it ends here. Now you have to listen again because you can't get enough of it. And I suppose it's like a similar feeling when I'm reading like books with like this kind of ending. It's gonna catch you off guard. It's just like you read it, just slaps you on the face. Like, it ends here. Now fuck off. Yeah, and it just like makes me lie in bed. It's like, what the fuck did I just read?
It's very,
I love that kind of thing.
I kind of like those kind of endings. I mean, like at least they tied all the loose ends, right? Like again, like at least what is considered important part of the story, everything is concluded. Like everything that happens beyond here, if there is any, like in their case, there will be none. But like at least like everything that happens to from there on going to be like new events. It's not like it's just life goes on in the end. But like at least like from what have been built up, everything paid off. You don't need to, at least for the conflicts that is presented, until you reach that point,
you don't have to think about them anymore. Yeah. Oh, and actually talking about that, this other one, just like, okay, this time it's not fuck up. I think it's very poetic as well. Oh, I think I should have mentioned it before. The Girls' Last Tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one is really good. Like it's really good in that it was actually beautiful. It was still sad. I mean, to be fair. Oh, actually, no. That one would be what I consider an ambiguous ending.
But that kind of puts the theme of the story as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like it's also like it's quite a really big hint that they just die in the end. But like it's supposed to. Well, they often left it as ambiguous, and then like it's really funny when you see the fan base like, no, they didn't die, and then like, the other half is like, accept it. They're fucking dead. Oh my gosh, it's really funny.
Yeah. I guess for the Girls' Last Tour, it's also kind of works because it is kind of episodic, right? So like at least the conflict got resolved in the end, but like what happened to them after that, you can kind of like leave it to your imagination. But like I just don't want any loose ends from what has been presented so far.
Yeah, I think like Girls' Last Tour is one of the stories where like basically slice of life has done well.
Yeah.
I mean, because like most of the time when you watch slice of life, I mean, to be honest, I think slice of life is mainly a genre in like Japanese media, and it's not really a thing in Western media. I mean, but well, to be fair, most of the time it's because, well, which is what I'm going to say, is that slice of life in whatever media is usually tied with comedy. But like, because it's all about the random stuff that's like happening in the character's life. So like it's so like when it's a comedy, they usually make a slice of life. So that they have enough randomness to talk about. But it's comedy is just not my thing. So instead, like I prefer slice of life that like are kind of like, I guess you could say meaningful and like, or maybe the better word is thought provoking.
Okay, so speaking of thought provoking, Ayumu.
Yes.
Do you think reality show like Kitchen Nightmares is a slice of life in the Western flavor?
Sorry?
Kitchen Nightmares. I
guess it is. But like,
yeah.
I mean, when we talk about genre, we usually refer to stories, aren't we?
Well, I mean, to some extent, they're like
the genre of fiction. Yeah, exactly. Kitchen Nightmare. I mean, I suppose you can argue with me whether it's considered fiction or not, but like, but I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, it's a.
I suppose there are parts that are scripted, but can you really call it fiction? What's even the definition of fiction? Let me just look it up right now.
Well, I mean,
describing imaginary events and people. Gordon Ramsay is not imaginary.
But the personality of Gordon Ramsay on TV, no, just kidding. Let's not get to this. There's a 2 a.m. There's a 2 a.m. conversation. We are still at 11 p.m. My goodness. It's Uncle Roger's slice of life.
Oh God! Actually, yes.
Yeah, because Uncle Roger is a fictional character.
Exactly. Oh God! Let's not.
Everything comes back full circle.
Actually, if anyone listening to this right now, if you have some opinions on like the definitions of some words, comment down below.
Exactly.
Give us some engagement, please.
Also, because this is supposed to be like a 2 a.m. conversation, so if that triggers you, and then like let's have this 2 a.m. conversation. Let's continue this in the comments. So yeah, if you guys have ever have any questions, requests, or comments about what is happening in the podcast, always feel free to let us know by sending it to us at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com or by commenting below. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward. And we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye.